Good morning. And Steve here. And we're going to start off today. I've been doing basically 4 videos, 3 to 4 videos related to what is the Mayan calendar day, kin of the day, the tarot reading, reading some words out of Thomas Hubel's book, Attuned, and sometimes some healing sounds that would be useful for the day. And so I'm going to start off today. I ask it varies. Sometimes I ask the, universal consciousness, the universal mind. Sometimes I ask the soul of the earth. Sometimes I just shuffle the deck and see what comes. It's all kind of connected and all the same thing. It doesn't really matter. It's not like there's disagreement between the soul of the earth and the universal consciousness. They're pretty much, they're tight, as far as I can tell. And we could all be tight and loose at the same time. We could all be tight with the oneness. We could all be just see ourselves as part of the oneness, and that everything that's going on is an aspect of the one consciousness. We could see it that way. And then we could feel like we're participating in something really wonderful, rather than in feeling like we're going down, which is another way to look at the world, like we're going down. And it's not that I haven't looked at it that way. And it's not that I haven't even talked about it that way, like, whoa. And we did get the Tower card, and we've gotten the Hanged Man, and there's a whole bunch of cards that relate to the world collapsing and then us emerging out of that collapse. That may be what's going on. I don't know. To tell you the truth, I do a lot of videos, and I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just making it through. And my goal is to assist you to make it through and to help it be lighter and easier and smoother if possible. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take for us to get through this, other than possibly feeling like we have something to get through and we're getting through it. So that's why this little introduction is for this card that we got today, which we got a month or two ago as well. So kind of the message from the universal mind, the universal consciousness, the oneness of all things, is good job, people. We got the 9 of Discs, which is about gain. And the 9 of Discs is hitting the mark, hitting the bullseye. This symbol represents physical profit, benefit, and gain in all arenas of our life. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. The astrological aspect is Venus in Virgo. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and creative power. Virgo is the astrological sign associated with balance, order, and organization. The 9 of Discs reminds us that if we follow what has heart and meaning for us, which is the meaning of Venus, and that if we organize and systematize things, which is Virgo, the results are gain, tangible gain, giving one the feeling of having hit the mark or the bullseye, which is represented on this card. Hitting the mark or the bullseye. Although it looks to me like there's a bunch of bullseyes or no bullseyes at all. But it's interesting that those 2 lower circles crossing the upper circle that looks like maybe it's kind of pink, you see that, I think they're called Vesica Pisces. But the lower two circles aren't overlapping, which would have created a third Vesica Piscis. But maybe it would have just kind of messed the whole thing up. Who knows? Gain comes as a result of unifying our wisdom, the blue circle, with our love nature, which is the pink circle, in a creative way, which is the green circle that is at the center of this card. The green circle is at the center of this card. I don't really see that there's any circle at the center of this card. It looks like the three circles are towards the center of the card, and there seems like there's some keyhole back in there, some old-fashioned, or maybe an angst. Maybe it's an angst. Don't feel angst about the angst. It's a little joke, very little. Creative love and wisdom facilitates tangible gain in all arenas of our life. This card also indicates by the coins that gain comes as a result of utilizing our dynamic energy, symbolized by the three male figures in the top three coins, which hold the symbols of Saturn, Mars, and Jupiter. Saturn, the helmeted warrior, reminds us that gain will come as a result of knowing what our limits and boundaries are, and by doing things step by step. Mars, the male figure that is the page with the feathered cap, reminds us that through our energy, vitality, and assertion, we can manifest gain. Jupiter, which represents the king, reminds us that gain can come as a result of being flexible and by being open to opportunity that can expand our leadership. The bottom three coins illustrate the types of feminine power that can bring gain. The first feminine power, represented by Mercury, which is on the coin with the woman with the queen's hat, reveals the power of communication and leadership skills that can bring gain. The second feminine power of Venus is hidden within the youthful feminine figure without a headdress, which indicates that gain can come as a result of following what has heart and meaning. And the third feminine power, reflected by the wise woman within the moon on the coin, illustrates that gain can come as a result of trusting our own truth and authenticity. The power of the moon. The moon represents the power of the feminine and allows us to gain experience in the outer world as well as in the internal worlds. I'm going to read it again because it just hit me. So let's see if it hits you. The moon represents the power of the feminine and allows us to experience gain in the outer world as well as the internal worlds. When you pull this card, it indicates that in the next 9 weeks or the next 9 months there is tangible external gain as a result of organizing things, which is Virgo, and in following what has heart and meaning, which is Venus. This is tangible gain experienced as a result of being dynamically assertive and of being magnetically open to following what has heart and meaning. There you are, the 9 of discs. May these words serve you in some way that possibly helps your inner and your outer worlds to more reflect each other, and that your awareness of yourself as an aspect of universal consciousness serves everyone around you well. And of course, as always, now must go.